So, hello everyone. Now you can see Magnus Carlsen with us, the world champion. How are you, Magnus?
I'm good, thank you.
So I think the Spanish community and all the fans are extremely happy to have you here. This is amazing, first time in Chess 24. So I guess you have been following the Olympiad. You're a big chess fan, and besides being the world champion. So do you miss being here in the Olympiad? Or?
Happy to be watching. Frankly, there's a bunch of interesting chess, and besides, the young Norwegian team has been doing quite well without me. So I'm happy to see that as well.
Yeah, it's a young team, right? With Tari, Salomon, and all these guys. They're improving a lot. So
Yeah, I think maybe next time we'll be even better if I play. So
yeah, how's it going? Yeah, tell me.
No, I was done.
Okay, so how's going the preparation for the World Championship?
Well, I mean, it's going. So I'll be playing the European teams. European clubs next in about 2 weeks. Really excited about our team from Vålerenga. It's a really nice group of players and people. Then I'll have a training session after that, and right now I'm just relaxing, trying to keep up with what's going on and to get in shape for November.
Yeah, cool. Remember all the Chess 24 users and all the guys watching this, like the World Championship is going to take place in November between Magnus and Fabiano Caruana. So how about Magnus, if we take a look on the games in the first boards, for example, Poland against Azerbaijan?
Sure.
So Duda is improving a lot, right? He got into the 2700 club. This young Polish player, he's playing extremely good chess in the last few years. So.
Yeah, I think he has. He still has a long way to go when it comes to experience and understanding. But he makes up for a lot of it by being very energetic and extremely optimistic as well. So it's always interesting to watch his games because he always goes for it. He doesn't play. He never plays for a draw.
Yeah.
And I think today against Mamedyarov, I don't know. I think it very much depends on whether Black can get c5 in the next few moves. Let's say you give White 2 moves, which is Queen h5 followed by Rook a to f1, then White is extremely happy. But after Queen h5, he's probably not in time because c5 is coming. So it's interesting to see. I don't think White is risking that much, but also I feel that Shakhriyar has no particular reason to be unhappy at this point.
Yeah, the thing is, if he takes c5, there is some Rook e5 or something coming.
Yeah, there's Rook e5. In general, these c5 looks so ugly that I suspect a number of moves are playable for Black, but Rook e5 is the simplest, obviously.
Yeah. Then you take this guy here, and then Black is extremely good, right, in this position.
Yeah, I mean then nothing is promising about the White position anymore. So I guess he'll have to find another move, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. So b4 looks a bit loose, but maybe he's gonna go for something like that. Although, let's say after b6, I don't see what the point is.
Yeah,
really.
c5 is coming anyway, right? Yeah, he went for b4 actually in the game.
I did play b4.
Yeah, he played b4, but now after b6, as you say, like it's still difficult to stop c5, right?
Yeah, Black could also go a5 first, but I'm not sure there's any particular point in that.
Yeah, so a5, a3, or...
Yeah, I suspect a3, and then, I don't know, b6. in general, I believe. I don't think Black has done anything particularly wrong. So, um, but then again, I suppose it depends on some concrete tactics. I believe. Okay, I think Mamedyarov already played b6, or is that?
No.
Oh, that's
just
just.
my move, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he went for b6, yeah. Right.
Yeah, he went for b6. So, it's a very principled. It's a very principled fight. Maybe something like Queen b3 is the point.
Put
And then to
pressure
get.
f7.
But then I think Black can simply go c5 and.
How about after rook af1?
Yeah, just take on d4, rook f7, queen e6. I don't see the big deal.
Right.
So I mean, in general, I believe that black is doing fine, but Duda's not an idiot. So
Yeah.
he must have some plan. But I think Shach is probably reasonably optimistic at this point.
Yeah. What do you think about this Polish team? It was not one of the favorites, but they're still leading with Azerbaijan. It's a young team with Duda. This Tomchak player, he increased and now he's in the 2600 club. You think they have some chances to win the Olympiad, or?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't even think Tomchak is a young player. I mean, I think he's been around for a long time. Just recently, he's made a bit of a surge. And yeah, it's funny. I mean, apart from Duda, obviously, the rest of the team, at least rating-wise, is weaker than it's used to be. I mean, the old guys of like Bartel and Sochko are not playing anymore. Krasenkov, obviously, although that's a while ago. But I mean, Piron's made a surge, and Dragun has been playing extremely well. I don't believe that they will win the Olympiad. I mean, I would say at this point, United States are still the favorite. Provided, of course, that they can at least make a draw against Azerbaijan. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see that a team like Poland can do that well. I always felt like Poland was a team that was about as strong as us, the Norwegian team, and it gives hope for us as well.
Yeah. All right. What do you think if we go to the next game, Wojciech against Radjabov?
I think that's already been drawn, no?
Yeah. Let me see. 1 sec. Yes, exactly. So next game. 1 sec. Okay, let's take a look on Saric against Fabi.
Yeah, sure.
So how you see your opponent for the World Championship? He's playing really well in the last tournaments, right? I think he's now 28-30 or something like this. You feel any pressure because of the rating or nothing special?
Well, I mean, I would like to give you some boring, politically correct answer, but the truth is, yeah, it does bother me. I've been the #1 in the rankings every single day for about 7 years, and it is unpleasant to have him and I suppose Shahriar as well breathing down my neck. Well, I mean, I'm hoping he's not gonna catch me. That's for sure. But it doesn't look like he's gonna win today. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean, 8 points. It's still a lot. Yeah, in your level. Yeah, so it's got to win like 4 games or something like this.
Yeah, but I mean, he's made up half of it in just a few days. But But yeah, obviously, I mean, I can count on one hand, I think, the tournaments where I've won 8 points or more during the last 5 years. I mean, then you gotta have a really, really big performance. But he's playing very well. So doesn't, I mean, there's no reason why he should stop winning. Because I think that the last move King G1 is probably a sign of ambitions, I would say. That Saric doesn't want to. I mean, he still wants to kind of complicate the game, keep it going. I suppose if he just wanted to draw, he could have taken on D8 and on B7, and yeah, Rook D2.
Rook D2.
Let's say, I don't know, Knight C5. Intuitively, it feels like everything's just gonna go.
Yeah, Black is very active here, right?
Yeah, Black is too active to be in any real danger, I think, and besides, you have this trick that E5 is never hanging because of Rook 1 and Knight G4, which is by the way still valid after King G1. Provided, of course, that the black rook goes to, let's say, B2, because otherwise white could go to F2 and E2 and attack it.
Yeah, right.
Let's say, I mean, just black passes H6.
Yeah.
Take on D8, knight. Rook D2, knight C5. Yeah, after Rook D2, actually, Rook E5 can be played, yeah. Because the white king is coming to F2, to E2.
To E2, and then the rook on D1 is hanging.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, sure. No, I just wanted to show that the still same trick works with when black takes on B2, but obviously white can take on E5 first, so he's not gonna pass.
How about E4? Yeah, so just protecting this pawn.
Yeah, why not? I suppose he wants to take. Then take on B7 and go knight C5 again.
Yes, and rook B2.
And now he can take on E4.
Yeah.
Take on H. Well, if he takes on E4, I think the rook ending is very dangerous.
Yeah, there's always rook C4 as well.
Yeah.
Defending and attacking at the same time, right?
Yeah, no, the thing is you've lost a pawn and you haven't gotten rid of all your weaknesses.
Exactly. But you can take on H5, right?
Yeah, you can take on H5. But here white is a bit better, I think. Presumably it's just a draw, but well, you can try a bit. Let's say knight to C5, then if knight E4, knight F4, I was gonna suggest rook E4, maybe king F1.
So after rook G2, you got rook E4, something like this?
Yeah. Okay, still rook G4.
Yeah, still rook G4.
Is there, and if knight E6, then knight D5. That's already a bit ugly. Take, and then you just have to calculate whether after knight C7 white is winning or not. So
yeah, everybody runs here, eh?
Yeah. So I can see that Fabi actually played king F7. So which is kind of a pass.
Yeah.
But it improves his position a bit. So now I suspect rook D8 and knight B7. We'll see what happens.
Exactly. Rook D2 probably, and then this lands.
Maybe rook D5 is his idea. To go knight C5, A5.
Alright.
But I mean, in principle, it's a draw, but I think black is going to have to suffer a little bit. I mean, white is for sure on the nice side of the draw here.
Okay. Good. Alright, so let's check Wesley Soga versus Marin Bosiocic.
Yeah, I think that's over a long time ago.
That's over as well. I mean, I got like 700 games going on, so I get kind of crazy trying to follow everything.
Yeah.
So, how about Hikaru? Hikaru,
Yeah,
you still
let's
play?
see. I mean, Stevic is extremely solid. He's not the kind of guy who usually loses with White, and frankly, I think he's a little better now.
Okay.
Knight b4 is
Knight
coming.
d4, attacking the rook.
Yeah, if the rook goes to b2, is kind of begging to be trapped.
Yeah.
Let's say king d2,
King d2,
and
now c1
if
is a
knight,
threat.
yeah, if knight d5, then king goes to c1 still.
So after knight e3, just f takes e3, and then the rook is
fe3, fe3, a5, knight b3, and the rook is still going to be trapped. Rook there, king goes to b2, and that's probably going to be over.
Yeah.
Actually, rook b2 is probably kind of clever, since I suspect Stevic's idea is, let's say, after rook a1 to go rook d3.
Now? You mean now? After knight before
Yeah.
rook a1?
Rook a1 is, I think his idea is to go rook g3.
Okay.
And well, either he has to go knight e8, which is,
Yeah.
I guess, reasonable, but kind of unpleasant.
Kind of sad, yeah?
Yeah. Or he has to try to find something else, which I'm not sure really what is. So rook b2 actually makes some sense, because then after king d2, he goes rook b1.
Now rook g3 is not possible, right? Because of knight e4.
Yeah. So he has to find another idea, like maybe rook d3 check, but then king goes to c5, knight a6, king c6. I suspect it's very drawish. Although again, you'd take white for sure.
Yeah, the structure is a bit better, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but okay, I think it's gonna be difficult to save the match for Croatia. Let's see what how the last board is. Sam against Brkic.
Yep. Right.
Wow,
Ooh,
okay.
it looks very.
Yeah, that's just winning for white.
Okay. How do you finish Brkic here?
I suspect there are many ways. First of all, I'm not sure what Black's next move is, but
Yeah.
I would be tempted just to force the exchange of queens, to be honest. Let's say rook e3 and king to d8, I think is forced. Or king d6 maybe, but it doesn't really matter. Then just queen d3.
Queen f7 also works here. Well, rook e3, right?
Yeah, no, I just want to keep it simple. Queen d3 and then queen c3.
And then this rook endgame is completely won, right? Because of
Yeah, it's completely lost. You have the better structure, and an extra pawn, a pass pawn is just very resignable. So I think there's probably a forced win somehow, but it's not a position that it makes any sense to analyze.
Yeah,
since
he actually went for this line after, so he went for queen d3 and now.
he just wants to take on a6 as well.
Yeah, he took on e8 and now on a6, and then too many pawns, right?
Yeah.
Too much.
No, again, no need to complicate the game. Just keep it simple. There's nothing even close to a perpetual, since the white queen can go back to f1, and queen g8, king f1 is just one check. White queen is coming back to d3.
Yeah. Exactly.
Protecting everything, and this is completely over.
Yeah, Magnus, one question. We all know we're a big fan of Real Madrid. So, you think if you win the World Championship, they'll invite you again to this inaugural opening kickoff of the match again?
Well, I very much hope so. And
You follow the games of Madrid, or?
yeah, I've been watching the games. This week wasn't so good though.
Yeah, exactly.
Though I think they were quite a bit better than Atleti, especially in the second half.
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't get the breakthrough. But I mean, it's a work. It's a work in progress. I mean, the football looks really nice, but you have to replace, 45 goals each season, which is not so.
Yeah, it's not so easy. So you know the story about the coach, right? He was the coach of the Spanish team in the
Yeah.
World Cup, and then he was hired by Madrid like few days before the World Cup starts, and then he was fired, and then you know,
Yeah, sure.
a little bit shaky.
Yeah, but I think the brand of football that they're playing now is really nice. But they need more time, and also, you know, it's more difficult to score goals than before.
Yeah, exactly. No Ronaldo, not so many goals yet. So
No,
yeah. So how about the Ukraine versus China match? That looks very interesting.
yeah, no, it's a bunch of teams that have either drawn 2 matches or lost one, and it's going to be very interesting because all of those teams are still in it, especially if the United States and Azerbaijan screw up somehow.
Exactly.
So I think this is very interesting. Let's just go back to the opening of this game.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so Elyanov clearly is willing to play Queen's Indian. And yeah, so okay, e4. I mean, this line has been considered good for white for a long time. I mean, usually you get this via different move order where black has gone c5 much earlier, but then black would go knight b4 usually instead of knight c3.
Okay.
Let's say black doesn't castle on move 6.
So c5 here? Or?
Yeah, c5. Although, I mean, usually it would play c5 earlier because white could have played d4,
yeah.
and force the Queen's Indian. But clearly, I mean, Elyanov is willing to play the Queen's Indian. So, I mean, I just wanted to point out c5 and then rook e1. So, I mean, either you can play d6, a6, whatever, and just get a normal head shrug.
Exactly.
But, you know, in a kind of a dangerous version for black, or the main move has for a long time been d5 here. And there's cd, knight d5, e4, and then knight c3 used to be the main line, but white was scoring well there. Kramnik won some good games as white, for instance against Anand, in which he sacrificed the queen.
Okay.
We'd recommend people to check that out. It was a really fun game, and people just started playing knight b4 instead, and they were kind of doing okay. So this line is not so popular anymore for white. But it's very interesting to me that Elyanov clearly has some concept here with this move, rook to e8 on move 11.
Yes, rook e8.
Which is, I have to admit, fairly new to me. I think the reason why people were not playing this is exactly what Vachier did, which is just that white can go d5.
So how about if black takes d5? You can play bishop g5 or something like this, or?
Yeah. I would guess that's the. Or yeah, I think so. Take on d1, and knight c6 is gonna run into either take on d. Probably take twice on e7 and then rook d7, which, I mean, you could take on f3 and then rook e8, but rook a7. Nobody would.
Unpleasant, yeah.
Yeah, very unpleasant. Probably just lost, I think.
Okay.
So. And then it should be pointed out that instead of queen d5, bishop d5 can be met with, I think, c4.
Okay, and there are some troubles in the diagonal, yeah? So how about if you go back, then queen d8 just wins on the spot, yeah?
Yeah, probably rook e7 was also playable immediately.
And now after rook e7, c4 anyway, right?
Yeah. No, okay, so this is not playable. So then, knight d7. I mean, the position that Ulyanov has now seems kind of nice, so it's not so bad.
So he went knight d2 here.
Yeah. Okay, bishop f8. Let's just fast forward to the position they have now.
All right.
Which is interesting because 22 moves have been played. Both players are kind of short on time already, and the situation is not clarified. So there's gonna be. I mean, Vachier is a well-known time travel addict. Ulyanov not so much, but it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they only have 10 minutes and then still 18 moves to make. So clearly,
yeah,
a lot of tension.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension in the position, and there are things to calculate. Let's say rook to e1. Then you have to calculate moves like queen a2. It looks okay. This probably is just ridiculous. Knight f6 and then some queen f. Well, I mean you cannot take it.
Yeah.
Sure. I was thinking king h8, but then queen f5 or something should win. But I mean the point is that there are lots of things to calculate. It's not like you have a position. You could have what he has, slightly less than 8 minutes for 18 moves, and you could be completely okay because the position is clarified and you know that there aren't going to be any major turning points before move 3. But here, I mean, the game has just started, so
yeah,
they're going to be playing. They're going to be playing fast, rapid chess for
18 moves. Yeah.
18 moves, and anything could happen basically.
So I'm gonna tell the move. So how about queen g6? So I don't want any trouble in the e file. So.
Yeah, queen g6 I think is very, very logical. Now you're intending knight d3 next.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's probably what Vachier is thinking about. How am I going to deal with this?
Yeah.
And you could play, let's say, bishop c3 to deal with a threat. But then, yeah, knight comes to d3, followed by c4 maybe, or something. And again, I'm just thinking, practically speaking. Position is not clarified, and it seems that at least Black has a couple of easy moves to make, and White would really love to get some h4, h5 in, because then he could be doing really well. But I'm not sure he has the time. So
no, actually, instead he went for a5 in this position.
Yeah.
So he probably wants to create a pass pawn there, but I don't know if it's that easy, right? So b6 is kind of hard to make. So
no, I mean it's it's a really cool move to play with such little time. Like you're just complicating the game even more, basically. But yeah, I mean this is gonna be. This is going to be so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Let's just see if there's another game, then we can check in on
sure.
this.
On this match? Yeah. For example, Ponomariov. Let me see. He drew already. Yeah. And then we got Korovov versus Li Chao. Yeah, this is the position, this is the current position, 10 minutes for both players and still 10 moves to make, so another time trouble situation.
Yeah, I mean the first thing that jumps out on you is this knight on a5.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah, that's not that. Knight should have been on d6
Yeah.
earlier.
Blocking this. So in which moment do you mean?
No, I mean I'm not sure he could have gotten it.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just saying like
Right.
now it looks super ugly for black.
Okay. Now the thing
I-
is, d6 is stuck. Yeah. So
Yeah,
even
but
d7 looks nice. Yeah.
exactly. When the white pieces are so much better placed and you have such an advanced pawn, then tactics usually work out for white.
Yeah, and it's very tough to get this pawn on d7, right? Even like after rook e7 or something moves like queen c3, and then this knight is kind of trapped, right?
Yeah, exactly. You always have these little tactical themes. And you would love to have knight c6 in this position, but unfortunately you can just take it and queen b6, play, for example, queen f2, and d8 is gonna happen. So
yeah,
okay, he went rook e7.
Rook e7,
and I suspect we're gonna see probably just queen c3 here.
and c3 looks very nice.
Oh no, it doesn't.
All right,
Rook,
so.
rook d7 takes and
And then queen d4, yeah. This is my, I'm an expert blunder in everything, so.
Yeah. No, so we always have to be vigilant.
Yeah.
Even in such a strong position. So then I guess queen d3.
Yeah, just keep it simple. Yeah, just defending it,
But then he goes queen b6.
and then bring the rook to d8.
Maybe it's not as clear as it looks.
Yeah, maybe if black manages to bring this knight back to c6 or b7, then suddenly he's got some chances, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, I was more or less ready to write black off, but maybe I'll have to eat my words. But I mean, it's just intuitively it looks like the tactics should be working for white. For instance, I'm looking at a move like bishop to d5.
Yeah.
And then rook d7 doesn't work because then bishop f7, and you cannot take it. Obviously, it takes and rook d8, and
exactly.
And if king g7, you take on d7, and then the
queen f6.
Yeah, then the f6 square is available.
Right.
But maybe a queen d7 can actually be played after
bishop d5, right?
Yeah. And then if bishop f7, then rook e takes f7, and f3 is hanging.
All right. But this position looks like there's no b4 here. No, there's always queen a7, right?
Yeah, there's a check.
Yeah, there is a check.
I mean, once you get rid of this pawn, then white's domination is not that important, probably. So I mean, let's just try and find a move here, because there should be
something. Yeah.
for white. Huh.
How about queen d3, queen b6, king g2, rook d8, and queen b6 or queen d6? Sorry, something like this.
I was thinking about that, or just rook d6 immediately and then take on a6.
This knight is here is kind of trapped. So.
Yeah, but you really want more. This is the point. Like, yeah, there are ways to simplify and get a better game, but like here you're searching for a clean kill most of all. But I mean this is a danger. Like also in this game, clock is ticking down. I think there are now 11 moves to go to the time control, and if you don't find something, you can get paralyzed.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just sit there, and you're thinking, where is my win? Instead of just doing something practical that preserves a large chunk of your advantage.
Yeah.
And that's how you lose
So many games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me just check this again. So how is this position after Queen D6?
I mean, it's obviously better for white, but I don't think it's lost for black. I suspect you should take. I mean, rook e6 is also possible, but that looks pretty bad.
And then
so,
rook a6 was.
Yeah, then that goes to b7.
Yeah, right. And then again.
And then again, we have a game.
Yeah.
White is better. There is no doubt about. And he has played
Queen d3, yeah.
Queen d3, which is a pretty clear indication that he doesn't see a win. And he probably regrets going for d7, I think.
At this point, right after Queen d8. Yeah, but then d6 is hanging, yeah. So maybe Queen c3 was the other option we were saying, but.
No. I mean, Queen c3 still doesn't work.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about Queen d3. Oh, this is no good. Now you have knight c6.
Yeah, after takes.
Or knight b7 is even better.
Yeah, you put pressure on the d6 pawn, right? And
yeah, knight b6.
Now you're targeting d6.
Yeah, I mean, after Queen c3, you take on d6 again. But Queen d3, knight b7.
Yeah, sorry. Queen d3, knight b7, and again, same problem. This little check on b6.
Yeah. Okay, let's. He's played rook f2, which is maybe slightly more precise than king g2. And queen.
What's the reason why rook f2 is more precise?
I mean, you're just covering the second rank.
Second rank, yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe he's got in mind to exchange queens on there will be no pin anymore in this diagonal.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot imagine another move than queen d6 there.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's come this far, he's for sure going to go for that.
Yeah, now this rook on the 7th rank makes much more sense, right? Than the rook on f1 and the king on g2, right?
Yeah.
For the endgame.
Okay. So I mean, but okay, let's go back to the Vachier game, because this one I think is going to be kind of clarified.
Yeah. And this was very, very complex, and he managed to create this pass pawn on the b5. And
yeah. So. Okay.
Yeah. He's got a nice blockade here, and with the queen on d3. Nice knight on e4. So. I don't know.
I mean, the first question is whether a5 is hanging.
Yeah, looks maybe b7 here.
Yeah, it must be his idea. And this, okay, I mean, intuitively it looks very, very dubious.
Yeah. Rook c8 is coming.
Yeah, so rook b8, I suppose.
Rook b8, yeah.
is the only logical move.
Yeah.
And so if rook c8, then rook b7, and I don't know if there's a win for white. I suspect there probably isn't.
Yeah, doesn't look like.
But okay, he maybe there was something else, and regardless, he played.
He took. Yeah.
He took. I'm not sure I really liked Ulyanov's decision of going for knight c2 to d4, because it simplifies Vachier's game quite a bit.
Knight e4, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, after we left, after a5, he went for knight c2 to d4. I mean, Ulyanov probably wanted to simplify the game. As well. Probably he's thinking that the situation in the match is kind of okay, which I don't think it is, because there are 2 draws and these are the two games still going on. But
this looks like with no risk for Vachier, right? Like,
yeah, this is exactly my point. That now he can play for like
for free.
Yeah, I would say like for 1.5 results, or how you should call it. But I suspect the position is just a draw, but it's a little more pleasant to.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to defend this with 5 minutes. You think for Lelianov, or?
Depends. Maybe he's seen a clear way of liquidating. Maybe he feels that he has the time just to go maybe h6 first, and then just bishop e7 to d8 and
put pressure here.
Yeah, there's maybe not that much white can do. So, but if he doesn't see a way to force a draw, then he's gonna be in for a world of unpleasantness. At least the next 11 moves.
Yeah, the thing is, I would love here to go something like queen b5 or something, and then all the endgames, but then the knight on e4 is hanging. Yet all the endgames should be much better for white, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, unless black is really quick to bring the king around, but for sure, I mean the d pawn can be stopped very comfortably by the white king, and the knight's gonna sit pretty on c4 after you got knight d2.
Yeah, so maybe knight d2 actually could be a move, or okay, rook b7, and now
rook b7. I don't like this.
Yeah, because then maybe bishop c5 even, right? Or
no, I mean I don't like the move rook.
Oh, rook b7.
b7. It looks very, very ugly to me. Here I would be very tempted just to go knight d2 and ask you what you are gonna do. So let's say bishop c5, then lots of moves are interesting, but queen a6, but also just queen c4, and then if takes and d3, king f1, rook b5 is a massive threat.
Yeah. And then some knight a5, b7, knight c6. That's a queen, yeah.
yeah. So I'm not at all sure what the rook is doing on b7. I thought it was actually better on b8.
And there are also some background problems, right? And
yeah. No, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit for black. So let's check back and see how Fabi is doing, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So g3.
Yeah. So he's a pawn down.
He's a pawn down, and only 6 minutes in the clock. Okay, he passed the time control, or he's gonna pass.
No, I mean he didn't pass it, but he's gonna pass.
Yeah, one move. So.
But yeah, his problems are not over.
How about if I just try to exchange the knights now, because now my king is out, and then.
Well, I'm gonna play rook d4.
All right. And again this idea, right, all the time.
Yeah. No, okay? So there are moves like knight h5, and also knight e4. I suspect it's very drawish.
So now where you want to go with king f6?
No, king f6 for sure. You need to attack those.
And how about this move?
Yeah, rook c4, king f5.
Yeah, and the king is very active, right? And
yeah.
let's say rook c7, for example.
Yeah, rook c7, king g4.
Okay.
And yeah, it's probably pretty drawish, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you after rook g7, king h5. You would love to get the king off the back rank and mate. That's just that's just a pipe dream. So
yeah, whenever you
I suspect knight f6. is going to happen. That was a very good suggestion. And then I mean, there are probably ways to keep the game going, but a draw is far and away the most likely result here.
Okay, let me propose you to analyze one of the Spanish guys' games, because we have a lot of Spanish people here following you and from Latin America. So how about if we go to Anton game, for example? He drew already. Okay, let me see. For example, Lopez Martinez. We are playing against Argelia, so we got good chances now.
That was surely an interesting one. So he's just gone g5. He doesn't want to take the a2 pawn with check, which he probably has good reasons to. Since then there would be a nice little fork with let's say king 6 and g5, knight b4, and
e5, right? And then knight b4.
No, not e5. This is bad. Then king goes to d4, but
sure.
Immediately.
Okay. Yeah, this is.
You can fight on with bishop c8, but you don't wanna go for this.
All right. So after g5.
G5 has a dual function of pushing the pawn and also protecting against the knight f4 fork. So it's unless it loses immediately, it's a really good move.
Okay. All right. So cool. Just one more Latin American game now. Everybody's asking for you to analyze Diego Flores' game, and then we move on to the top boards again if you want to.
Oh.
Against Max Shane. So Argentina is facing England in a really important match for them. So it was a really interesting game. So I want to show you the moment where White decides to go for this queen sacrifice. So this is the moment. And then after c takes e3, Max Shane went for d takes c6.
Yeah.
D takes c6.
Why not?
Yeah, and then 95 and queen c7. There were a lot of crazy lines here. So bishop f4, and I think the Jing was suggesting bishop a3 here, which looks risky. After bishop c6, the Jing was suggesting king d8 or something. So.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, if it works, then black is probably just winning. So. So why not?
So how about just b takes a3 here? This is crazy, right? I mean,
well, I would guess g5 should be the point.
Sorry, g5.
G5?
Yeah. Right.
No, I'm taking that back. Bishop c6, king d8, knight f7.
Knight f7, and then takes, and bishop b8, and then this looks like a queen. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, that was a really poor suggestion. So what if you take on b7 now?
On b7, right.
Yeah.
And then after knight g6, I guess.
So I mean, if you
take back, yeah.
Okay. That's what I want to do. Let's say, I mean, also after bishop c6, I just go king e7, or maybe king f8 is more precise. I don't know, but I mean, the basic point is I just want to give the queen and be behind that.
So let's say knight g6 or something like this, but then.
But I mean, white wouldn't go for that. That is capitulation.
Yeah.
So I think he would take on e2.
It's still very unclear, right?
Yeah, probably not to the computer.
Yeah.
To the human eye, I suspect black is at least better. But winning, I don't know, maybe.
Okay, but then after bishop f4, he went for bishop d6 and knight a c4, and then this looks dangerous. He took on e5.
Yeah.
Queen c4 and bishop b8.
Yeah, now it feels extremely unpleasant.
He went king e7 here.
Okay. So b3 is what it did?
Yeah, queen d3 and bishop e5.
So queen d3, was that forced? c3 was not hanging?
c3 is hanging. Maybe rook ac1 or something.
Well, rook ac1, I once again just want to give
I just
up
take on...
Take on c1 and...
Yeah, and take on...
This is going to be a nice extra pawn, I think.
Yeah.
So his plan must have been something different. Maybe bishop f4, knight d7. Knight d7 is not forced, but rook c1.
Rook c1.
Maybe it just didn't want to open that file.
Yeah, looks dangerous actually, right? I mean, for black.
Yeah, it does look very dangerous. Okay, let's just see what's happened in the game, because it's way too complicated to get now, and besides they're in time trouble, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So we have this position after knight a5, after which he went.
Which one? Which game are you talking about? This game.
No, Flores, McShane Flores.
Okay, yeah. So you mean before?
No, later. Let's just see what happened in the game.
Sure. Rook b1, that looks very strange to me.
Okay, he wants rook b2.
Okay.
But again, maybe there were other moves, but...
Yeah, this is the current position.
Yeah. Okay, so he went, after we joined the game, he went knight f5, bishop e4. It's very logical.
Yeah. Here, knight f5, bishop e4.
Queen d7, rook d2, queen
c8.
So I think McShane is playing it very safely at this point. Yeah, take on f5. b4 I'm not so sure about though.
b4, he wants to play c5 and then try to go for the pass pawn, but...
Yeah, but then black's always gonna have rook b1.
Right.
And once you exchange one rook, black is always gonna be fine. So I mean, I think for white to be better, you need both rooks for the attack. I also don't like b4 weakening the c4 pawn. So if I was white, I would play rook d1, try to get rook d6, and
put pressure on b6, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then if black goes b5, then c5 without this opening, this file open, is another story, right?
Yeah, exactly. We get what we want. We preserve more pawns and more winning chances. So, so what he's done is b4, h5,
h4, and rook c8.
h4 probably is first. Rook c8.
So how about now c5? Because now you don't have this rook b1. Maybe he wants to go back to b8, but this looks very slow.
Yeah, but it looks slow. But what is white's threat?
Yeah, my idea was to go rook d1 or something, just to stop your idea, and then maybe.
Yeah, I think, but I think instead of rook b8, he wants to go rook to d8 instead.
Ah, I see. And
yeah.
After rook b2 or something like this?
Yeah, rook b3, queen sets very, very nicely on f3.
Queen f3, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop c6 and also threatens rook d1, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think McShane is just completely... If he goes for this, it's just completely misplayed the position. This, I mean, now black is just better. While I think if he had gone for rook e to d1 on move 31, then I think white is a bit better, and we're playing for true results. While now I believe anything can happen.
Yeah, so maybe after, okay, now queen e4 is on the board. So maybe his idea is to take on c5 with a piece, with the bishop or something, to stop the rook.
Yeah, but after
Still.
c5, you also have to reckon with queen b4.
Ah, sure, yeah. I'm blundering
Yeah.
foot again, so.
No, I mean c6 is possible, but then rook c7, and it's not really clear what you're doing. Black king is gonna sit very, very nice on f5 eventually. And it's gonna be safe. So he went rook c1, and then rook c6, protecting b6. And now, to be honest, I think white has to think in terms of how can I make a draw.
There could be like some plans related with sending this little guy to f4, or I'm just getting crazy here. So.
I don't think you're getting crazy. I just think that it's a little ambitious since the black king is so weak. But yeah, maybe f5. So he went a4.
He went a4 and
now
b5.
Yeah, which I really don't understand.
Okay.
So
takes.
Takes bishop c5,
and then just pawn down. Yeah, no, he blundered.
No, he must be intending to take on c5, but I don't see the point. b4, then rook b2.
b2.
And I think counterplay with f5, f4 is not in time.
So let's say f5, rook b4, and then f4. You can always go back to b3 maybe, or
rook b3 and white seems safe to me. It's not without drawing chances for sure, but
but
I think what he's gonna do is he's just gonna go king e6 here and
then try to survive here, because now he's clearly in trouble, right? This pawn on b5 going to b6 and.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's in trouble. He's worse, but he's not in trouble.
Okay. So let's say rook c8 or b6.
Rook c8, b6, rook d8. I mean, the queen is an extremely strong piece.
Yeah.
And you have the plan now of going king f5, king g4, king h3.
That would be nice. Okay, I can always stop this with king h2, or?
Yeah, you can.
So maybe let's say something like bishop e3 or something like this. I don't know.
Yeah, we go king f5.
King f5 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very safe there, right? And
yeah, it's very safe. Although it has to be said that rook c6 now creates the threat of rook f6 and bishop g5.
Ooh.
Let's say if you were to take on b4, that wouldn't be so nice.
Right.
So he has gone king f7.
Yeah, and then
which I don't understand. I think the king was way better on e6.
Well, he wants to put it on g6 maybe, but then on pawn f5 there are always these attacking plans.
Yeah, exactly. I think Flores is playing it a bit too passively. I think he should be looking for his own ideas more than just reacting. Can we just for a second check out the game against between Leko and Vachier?
Sure, yeah. Everybody is saying that it's extremely interesting. Yeah.
I saw it a long time ago that Vachier had sacrificed a piece.
Yeah. Now whole rook down.
Now whole rook, and just as we joined the game, it's probably gonna end in a perpetual.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing black can do, right? So the queen is and the rook are protecting b1, and then so can I try something with white? Like so queen h1 or queen h3?
Yeah, queen h1. Actually, you
king e2 or something like this. I want to escape. I don't know. Maybe you'll make
queen h2.
Queen h2, and now let's say king d1 or something, just to try to keep playing. So
Yeah, bishop c3.
bishop c3.
Or bishop h6 is also very dangerous.
Yeah, bishop h6. Oof, actually queen d2 is a threat now? Maybe not.
I mean, b1 is
b1. It's even simpler.
So, I mean, I suspect you have to go for rook e8 to b8.
Rook e8 to b8, yeah. So let's say king h7.
King
right?
h7, rook b8. But at the very least, you still have a perpetual.
Wow, he went for bishop f6 here.
He went for bishop f6.
Yeah. And
Okay, so there's no doubt about the threat. Like if black were to move bishop f6, bishop h4 would you know, end the game.
so how do we stop that with white? Okay, the good thing for Leko is that if there is a safe way to play, he'll probably find it, because now he passed the time control. So
Yeah.
but let's see. So
There could be that there just isn't.
yeah, that's
Although it would surprise me.
with a rook up.
Okay, let's try the same story again. Let's put the rook on b8.
Maybe king g7 now, or
No, I mean you need
g7,
to.
so, yeah, because
Yeah. Now bishop h4. And I was thinking queen d4, but I now see that doesn't work, since I wanted to attack your bishop on h4.
yeah. So how do you finish me?
Yeah, you go queen.
Queen h.
Yeah, you go queen h1,
And
queen e1, and then no queen king e2, queen e1. I mean queen a g1 would have lost to queen f3.
yeah, queen f3.
And now
mate.
king d3, you queen with jack. So, and now black is just much better.
Yeah, right. So
Okay.
so maybe we have to go back to this position, right?
It's very interesting. Maybe rook d1?
Rook d1.
Looks completely insane, but you
Yeah.
just... I just want the same idea. Like bishop h4 to play queen d4 and attack the bishop.
Right. And queen h1.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem to lead anywhere.
Yeah, king e2, queen g2 or something like this, king d3.
Actually, I have no idea what white next move is, so I would be tempted to, let's say, play king h7 here.
Yeah, I mean,
Or maybe...
after
or
rook
maybe
d1,
bishop
you mean?
Yeah, or after bishop h4.
Rook d1, bishop h4. Actually, I mean, rook d1 is a very tough move to make, right? I mean,
Yeah, but it's a move. If it's a move you make out of necessity. I mean, Leko is a good player. Like he's gonna make an ugly move if he believes that's the only chance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying rook d1 is the only chance at all. Maybe there are other moves, but if he believes that rook d1 is the only move that doesn't lose immediately, he's gonna play it, even if it looks unbelievably stupid.
yeah, right. Oof, it's got only 12 minutes, so not so much at the end. So.
Yeah. Maybe we can check back if. Let's see how the China-Ukraine match is.
Yeah, so we had like Wei Yi.
And also, I mean, Mamedyarov Mamedyarov. Wow.
What happened there?
Elyanov is completely winning now.
You want to check Elyanov? Okay, let's go there. Let's go there. Oh wow, how did this happen? So wow, this position very unpleasant for black now. How did he lose the b6 pawn? Looks very strange. Okay, he went for this plan with queen b5, queen e6, and knight c4. Intending knight a5, I guess. But
okay, so clearly h5 was a lot more clever than the bishop c5 move we were talking about.
All these ideas related with h4 and h3, right?
I would be very tempted here to just give the move back, just play h4 and
now
show me what that.
Stop black counterplay.
Because I think after what happened in the game as well, having the square on h2 for the king is quite crucial. So he went for a forced line, but now
rook d7. Poof. And queen f1. Yeah, clearly.
Clearly that's an admission that something has gone
wrong. Yeah.
Quite horribly wrong. Yeah. So let's just see. Instead of queen f1, why was b8 mate?
b8. So I guess.
So d1.
d1.
Take it. I mean, first of all, you don't have to take it.
Yeah, you could go.
You can play queen f1.
Queen f1, exactly.
And now black is for sure better, since the knight on a5 is horrible, but
maybe
also you could take on d1 and then go queen f1.
So takes on d1 and then queen f1.
And again, it's unpleasant. You're gonna lose
Can you?
one.
So how about queen a6 here?
Ah, queen a6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that one. I was just thinking queen d5 and win the pawn on h2. Okay.
Sorry. So b8, d1. And
okay, let's just take it. Let's just take it.
Take it and see how black mates, because otherwise.
Okay, so he has a perpetual for sure.
Queen e4, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, I mean king h3. Where's the mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is way too difficult for me.
Imagine for me, yeah. Don't tell me this.
Okay. Rook g1. There is queen h5.
Queen h5. Yeah. Right.
As far as I can see, there's no mate.
So queen g2, the king escapes, and then nothing happens. Yeah, the rook on g1 is doing nothing. Yeah, so mate
sure.
only with a queen, it's just impossible.
It's impossible. I suspect it's a perpetual.
Queen g4 and then something stupid like this, h4.
This is mate, huh?
Maybe, I don't know, but looks dangerous.
Yeah, it looks very dangerous. Huh. Yeah, I think it's just mate.
Yeah. Okay, at least black had a perpetual, and then this looks like, I mean, this looks mate, yeah?
Okay, so, wait a second.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's mate. It's mate. It's
mate,
okay.
Right? Yeah. h4.
I was thinking f4 for a second.
And how about after f3 here?
Yeah, so rook d2, I suppose.
Rook d2, and then after king h3 you got.
The king has to go to h3.
Yeah. You got some queen e6 maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or even.
I think so.
Yeah, queen e6.
Or maybe not. Queen e6 and g4. Then the queens are defending both from h5 and from g3 as well.
Yeah, my idea was to take and then queen h6, but then you got queen h5, right? And
queen h5, queen e3, queen g3.
Queen g3, yeah, both queens gone. Yeah. So maybe taking on f3. This is.
By the way,
crazy.
there's a really nice line there. I just wanted to show.
Yeah.
After queen e6,
Queen e6, g4.
I was thinking just takes. Queen e3,
Yeah. Queen g3.
queen g3, queen h6,
Queen h5.
queen h5, bishop d6.
Whoa. Really?
It's not a winning try, but it's just very nice.
All right. And then how about queen h6? You guys want to go?
No, I just want to take back.
Oh.
And then, okay, queen g2, knight c4 are draws.
Yeah, it's a draw. Wow, very nice.
I'm sure I'm missing numbers of things. So I think what happened here is that Vachier somehow thought queen f1 was very strong. And he just underestimated bishop d6.
All right. And then he promoted, and then takes, and he went back.
And then queen d5.
Queen d5, yeah, and then the knight is trapped.
Well, it's not trapped. It's
yeah,
just
but then
that,
d1 is a threat, yeah.
yeah.
So rook d1, and then is that easy to win this, Magnus?
Yeah. It's gonna take time. But
so I guess
when the pawn is on, like now he's done, I think, a clever thing. He wants the queen and rook to switch places. Like now he probably wants rook d3, and then put the queen on d5.
And then start doing something on the king side, right?
Exactly. The attack is probably gonna decide.
Yeah, for example, the king on h6, and it's pretty safe, and then no checks, and then f6, g5 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what way, but you also have combined threat. It's just, at least practically speaking, it cannot hold.
Right. Okay, so Vachier in trouble. He's actually struggling in this Olympiad. I mean, I think he lost 2 games, right, or something like this.
Yeah, I can see, by the way, on my board that Leko went for rook d1.
Okay, Leko went for rook d1, and then
bishop d3. I was about to suggest bishop g3 instead of king h7, just protecting the bishop.
Okay, so now you can move the queen freely, and then the bishop is not hanging, right?
Yeah.
And then the point is, what do you do with white? Yeah. So what's the threat with black, Magnus, here? So after bishop g3,
I think you just want a queen. You just want a queen and get that rook.
Yeah. Okay. So now b1 is possible, since after rook b1, queen h1, king e2, queen b1, then the bishop on h4 is not there anymore, and then black would be fine. So white has to do something about this, and then it's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard just to make a move.
Yeah. I was thinking about queen g1, but then queen c2, right? And then
yeah. That doesn't help at all.
yeah.
So yeah, what's...
So how about trying
maybe that's very clever, actually.
Which one? Queen g1, really?
Maybe it's actually very clever.
Okay. So queen c2.
Queen c2, and then we go back.
Queen d4.
And the point is, if you queen, then the king is much better on g2, and it's attacking your bishop.
Oh, I see.
Okay, still there are moves like queen e1. The problems are far from over.
Yeah. So maybe it's something like knight b4. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
bishop b5. Black is just win.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
So maybe the best option for Leko is trying to defend one of those ugly endgames with the pawn down, queen, knight versus queen and bishop, or something like this, or.
Yeah, but the problem is that his knight is so incredibly bad.
Yeah, on c6.
Yeah.
That they misplaced.
No, this is just... I don't know. It's probably just busted.
Yeah. Incredible. Yeah, very nice sacrifice by Vachier.
Yeah, Bishop F. He found some very nice moves like Bishop F6 and also Bishop G3. Bishop. Once you get here, Bishop G3 isn't that hard to find, but
Yeah, but at this point, Bishop F6 and then entering in this line, having seen Bishop F6 and Bishop H4 and Bishop G3, that's tough. I mean,
yeah, it's very very nice. Yeah. Maybe the engine is laughing at us right now.
Yeah.
But it is to the human eye, it's really pretty.
Okay, well, it looks like Peter Leko is in a lot of trouble, and even though he's whole rook up.
But let's go back to the top match, Azerbaijan and.
Sure. Yeah, one question. What do you think about this Iranian team, like full of young people like this Maxwell Law? I mean, it's tough to pronounce for me, so his surname. He says he studies 20 hours a day.
Well, I mean, then he should be sleeping more.
Yeah, 3 hours sleeping, 1 hour eating, 20 chess. That's insane. Yeah. So we should talk to him. Okay, and Radjavov. Okay, draw. So first 2 draws in the first 2 matches. Duda drew against Mamedyarov, and then we got Tomchak draw again. So I think the match ended up in a draw. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good result for the Poles for sure.
Yeah.
They're I mean they're hanging on.
Yeah.
Still in the lead.
Still fighting in the lead. Yeah.
And I suppose the United States have won a long time ago.
Fabi's still playing.
Okay, so what we thought would happen.
Yeah, it just happened.
Kind of happened. And now Saric is still safe.
Saric, yeah.
But
I mean,
if he wants to win the game, he's gonna have to take some risk.
Okay, so like for example, going with King E1, Queen D1, and then trying to.
That plan is in principle unstoppable. But Black is gonna get 2 connected passers as well.
Yeah, there's 2 guys, right? And then
and the Black King is more active than the White King.
Yeah, these endgames I never understand them. So everybody runs, and then it's really tough to calculate. So
yeah, it's very very tough. I don't know if he wants to play a move like King H3 here, or he wants Rook G2 immediately.
Okay, let's say King H3 and then King D1, Rook G2.
Okay, maybe this is dumb.
Yeah, because then you want to capture the H5 pawn.
Yeah.
So let's say Rook G2.
Rook G2, take C7, take G4.
Rook C6
Rook
or something?
C6, yeah.
Takes, and then who knows what's going on here.
Yeah. So I mean, the white pawns have a little bit of a head start, but
yeah.
Then again, the Black King is more active, so I don't know.
Yeah. So depends on the situation of the match. If depends on the rest of the matches, like Saric could decide to go for this position, or maybe he could play more solid, just take on C7, take on G7, and then force a draw, right?
Well, I think it depends on the Stevic Nakamura game, because I think Croatia lost on the last 2 boards.
Okay.
And this one is gonna be a draw.
Okay, so then it doesn't matter what he does for the team.
It doesn't matter, no.
So maybe it's a smart decision just to not to risk, right? Because I've been sharing team with Saric in the Spanish league, and then he's very aggressive. He doesn't care. He goes for the win no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he still goes for it. I think, I mean, he feels like he's been pushing in this game, and he wants to. He wants to continue.
Okay, so how about if we take a look on the match between Germany and Netherlands. Anish Gidi versus Nisipianu, your friend Anish.
Yeah, the local derby.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Okay, he drew. And then Erwin draw. Okay, Bluebaum draw. And then Van Forest still playing. So this game could decide the match between the Germans and the Dutch. Van Forest is pushing.
yeah. Yeah, he's gonna try a bit, but I think ultimately unsuccessfully.
Yeah. So how about this rook versus bishop, rook and bishop versus rook endgame? So I've seen winning it and losing it in the elite tournaments, even with, I mean, you won it like against Peter Svidal, is that correct? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've won it a few times in
Yeah.
Blitz, but it feels like on in classical chess people are defending it pretty easily these days, and I mean Peter had some problems against Fabi as well.
Yeah.
In this. But Peter is good at a lot of things, but defending endgames is not.
What method do you prefer? Like from behind, or like on the 7th rank with the rook?
Yeah.
You don't care, yeah.
In principle, you just go from behind. It's by far the simplest, and then when you have to, you establish the second rank defense.
Right. So here, I mean, the maximum white can get is to exchange this f pawn for the bishop and then try to press that endgame, right? This is a dream, of course, but then.
Yeah, no. But this is one of the cases where you might have some chances in the rook and bishop because it's gonna be a major letdown for Friedman if he gets this, because I'm sure at this point he believes that he can just stand pat and do nothing, and it will never be an issue.
Yeah. All right. So do we have something else going on? For example,
what about Russia?
Russia. Yeah. Where are they? Yeah, they're not doing so well in this Olympiad. So let's check their match against Serbia. So.
Serbia B team, yeah.
Karjakin, he drew, and then Kramnik still playing.
Oh, it's an interesting position.
Yeah. Okay,
very interesting opening, actually.
The opening, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, this Pelican, knight d5 and c4, okay. Alright.
Kramnik is certainly going for it, but now, I don't know. BA. I would take on a3 probably. Just ask.
You will take on a3, yeah. You don't care about any checks, right? And so how about rook a7 here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Rook g7? I got some
I think that's...
queen c2 or something.
Yeah, king h8.
Queen h8, queen c8, and then...
Okay, actually, maybe queen e4. Okay, taking a3, I take that back.
Could be risky, yeah?
Yeah, it was too risky. So maybe Kramnik has some winning chances.
Yeah, this king is a bit in a risk in this position. So.
Okay, and the other Russian guys?
The other Russian guys, okay, let's check Bityugov. Draw again, and Jakobenko is still playing against Nesesic. Just one question about the Russian team. So, I mean, almost in every Olympiad they are the favorite, but somehow they struggle, right, in this tournament. So, what do you think? What do you think is a problem with them?
Well, I mean, first of all, they're struggling today.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, they have 2 games left, and it's far from obvious. I think Yakovenko is just worse, probably.
Okay.
Okay, that's a little strong. Maybe it's not worse, but they're not doing themselves any favors this year by excluding 2 of their strongest players.
Like Peter and Nepo, right?
No, Nepo is playing, but
Nepo is playing.
Bishuk is playing, which is kind of a luxury that most teams cannot afford.
Yeah.
And it may turn out it's a luxury they cannot afford either.
Yeah. But even though when they have been using the best players, there's something, I don't know, with this tournament.
But by the way, I mean, I take that back
Okay.
regarding not black not being better. Like, he went rook c5,
Yeah.
and then what happens after d2?
D2, yeah, there are too many threats here.
Yeah, so I mean, rook, if you take it, then just queen, and I don't see what white's threats are.
Yeah.
And
Can I just go rook d1 instead
yeah,
of
you can go rook d1, but then this looks extremely ugly. Rook d3.
Yeah.
So queen g1, I think is forced because queen f2 runs into rook f6.
All right. And then the rook on c5 is hanging.
Yeah. So queen g1. Well, I mean, bishop c6 or something. Maybe you can kind of hang on with rook c2. But at the very least, you have rook f6, and black is just safely better.
Now there are no troubles with your king, right?
And also, I mean, queen d8 was probably very strong.
Here, not allowed to take on d2.
Yeah, and if queen f2, then rook f6.
Yeah, now you can take on d2. Yeah.
No, I mean, so I think if I'm not missing anything simple and concrete, then he's in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, right. So rook c5, d2, and then white could be in trouble. So Russia again suffering with Serbia, a team who even didn't bring the best players. So
I'm not sure if they even brought their second best players.
Yeah. They're playing with 4 players with 2,500. So there should be like 10 players better. So this could be very bad news for Russia.
Yeah. Okay, so I think now the time control has safely passed, and people are thinking I'm gonna.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, Magnus. So thank you very much. I think everybody has enjoyed a lot. This was amazing. I wish you good luck with your preparation and everything, with the workout and everything over there in Norway.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you everybody for tuning in to this broadcast. Everybody in Spanish-speaking countries.
Yeah.
Hi. See you again.
Okay, Magnus. See you. Take care.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. Bueno, gente, ¿qué pasa aquí?